on Xbox Live. I'm telling you, they would have crushed the competition if they brought out the right titles, brought back some of the. I mean, hell, a lot of people are begging for the Alpha games to come on Xbox Live. But why? Why not? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like Capcom has so much. They have so much ammunition to use, but they're just like sitting on their hands with it, you know. But Dimenso, you're about to say something?
And like to follow up on Nelson's point about the animes, it's not like the uncut anime is hard to find. Go on Amazon, find Street Fighter V, the whole series for like $25. You go on Amazon, find the uncut Street Fighter 2 movie for like 15. It's not a hard thing to find, so getting it in this set is just pointless.
Yeah, I mean, and it's, you know, kind of spits in the face of the anniversary collection that came out on the original Xbox. It's like, okay, it had the Street Fighter animated movie on the disc, you know, and then you have the Super Street Fighter that allowed you to play in World Warrior Groove, Champion Edition, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? It just,
I still have mine right here.
I wish, you know, I didn't lose it, but I mean, I don't know. Capcom, get it together. Get it to fucking together.
Fire yourself, kill it.
No, I know. You know what? In his defense, he's not at. He's just a public relations guy. You know what I mean? He's like the figurehead. He's the one that takes the beatings from people like us, Angry Joe and Alpha Omega Sin.
Well, he needs to take those beatings back to his masters and like, this is why I'm getting beat up. You guys need to step it up. That's part of his job too.
Because, you know, when he did talk to Angry Joe, it's kind of as if he does have his hands tied to a degree. But even when Seth Gillian was talking about, like, oh, he didn't approve of the gems in the beginning, but then he's like, oh, it doesn't seem like it's going to be too bad. I guess one of his bosses said, hey, you better validate the gems or else. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like he might be in a corner when it comes to that. But, I mean, it is what it is. You know?
Yeah, but his name is out there, and he's the one that's taking the brunt of the beating, so...
Well, and Ono is, you know, he stepped down because he, you know, approved these stupid-ass gems, which is going to lead us into the next topic. Now, I have a series of replays where it's pretty much Nelson and I are, you know, going to watch the replays, and we're going to show it to you guys. And, you know, I have them queued up. So, Nelson, whenever you're ready to put it up, I'll just hit the A button and we'll be good to go.
All right, you're good to go.
All right, now, this first video, I mean, okay, from Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate and this game, there's been a problem with, like, insane juggling. And, I mean, I don't mind. If you got the skills to pull it off, that's cool. But here's the problem. What happened to combo breakers? I mean, Killer Instinct had that. Freaking, you know, Tatsunoko versus Capcom had it. But, I mean, you know, what you're seeing here, I was fighting this guy, and, you know, he's pretty solid. But, I think the main thing that I had issues with was the fact that once I got juggled, I just sat there and watched. You know what I mean? And I wish, like, Tatsunoko versus Capcom, when you get hit a certain amount of time, or even in Guilty Gear, you know, if you time your counter properly, you can actually bust them back. And if you miss it, then, hey, you suffer the consequences, you know? But, Nelson, what do you think about that kind of, like, juggling and all that?
Well, basically, I do agree with you. This game is not meant to be in the same field or state as Marvel vs. Capcom is. I mean, that game was, like, made to the point where juggling was the only thing to make it look pretty. And this, I can understand the whole little concept of the juggling system, but with the added gems to the game, it makes it a lot worse because now some of the ground bounces get even doubled or even triple the effect where you can keep going.
Now, fans, if I forgot to mention, I'm using Chun-Li and Raven, and my opponent is Got Game 321. And, you know, the main thing, like, with his Steve and Law, it was a lot of ground bouncing. You know what I mean? And once you're in it, you're pretty much helpless. And I made a little error right there with the lightning kicks. But Yeah, it's just for the most part, he got me on this first round, and I just try to figure out, okay, let me feel him out or what have you. But it's hard to feel out a person when you're just getting freaking bounced. Like, look, Steve, he can just keep you in the air. I don't got a problem with that. But give a meter or something where, all right, if he's gonna hit me at a specific time, meteor crash like Tatsunoko versus Capcom
Or like
Guilty
Skullgirls.
Gear. Yeah, like if they're sitting there helpless, getting blown up. You know what I mean? But Dementor, what do you think of these type of mechanics in the game?
I'm not a fan of like just infinite juggle combos or juggle combos that can keep you up for a specific amount of time where you deal tremendous amounts of damage, because it forces you to play ultra hardcore to get yourself back into the game, and
Yeah.
it's just a bad system to me.
And here's the thing, sometimes there was a guy I fought. He was a level 10,000 or whatever, and my problem with him was all he did was play for the juggle. Now, Demizo, you had mentioned something very important. You see, the mixture of some of the Tekken aspects, like Tekken has some insane juggling. Like I fought a guy who used Bruce on me in Tekken 6, and once he got me lifted in the air, the fight was over. It was over.
That's Tekken's system. Like, if you've played any Tekken, it's all about ground bouncing and juggling and keeping the opponent off balance. And in my opinion, that system does not translate well. Well, to me, not being a Tekken fan to begin with, I'll state my bias right off the jump. But a juggling system in any kind of fighting game doesn't work well, and it doesn't translate over to a 2D fighting system when you try to merge the Street Fighter combo system with the Tekken juggling system. It's just not compatible with each other. So you run into all these ground bouncing and juggles and infinites, and it's just sickening to me.
Well, and it's not in the league of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom where it continues. It's like you're getting raped and you just put the controller down and everything. But I think with the way the system is set up, you can, if they really go for drastic changes, they can save the game. I truly think they can save the game because it's a lot of fun, but it's just the gems and some of that juggling stuff. Like, again, if those of you who are paying attention to the match, like, look at how Steve, if he can get you in the juggle, then you're pretty much done. And then he can deal out some crazy pressure. Like, I believe that I had a strong chance of beating this individual, but, I mean, with the design structure of the game, it's like once they lace you, like, it's just crazy. And it's hard to keep somebody like that off you. Now, of course, you're going to have some naysayers who are going to be like, well, adapt to the game. Hey, fair enough. I mean, we do our best to adapt with our style of play. I mean,
the game is broken. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Because you're going to have a lot of crap talkers out there. But also, nMo fans, I lost this fight by time. Major issue. We've been trying to hit this over the head over and over. I mean, if I had more time, that guy, I believe I could have definitely defeated him. But moving on to the next fight, I was fighting a guy named Marquitos. Now, I guess he was kind of, trying to needle me with these messages. I told him, I sent him a message. I wasn't too happy about it. I said, hey, look. Those gems saved you, because he had auto block and auto tech. I mean, once the fight queues up, yeah, look at his gem loadout.
Oh, so he has the ultimate defense pack where he's able to do receive no chip damage. He has the auto tech on and he has the auto block on at the same time.
Now, here's the thing. There was times I was supposed to hit him. I think it was like one time I was supposed to actually hit him, and he auto-blocked. And then now me knowing that I can't throw him, it changes my game. You see, it just happened right there. So I'm like, what do you do? It's like, okay, you take away the opponent's... okay, if I have 4 openings to get somebody, and you close off 3, and then all I can do is pretty much jump in on a person, then you know how to defend against it, then I'm pretty much screwed.
Yeah, I mean, there is a way to fight it, though. I mean, it's like I said, you just have to be super critical about it because I'm not sure if like people use this as often. You know, like some moves that are able to be cancelable that you can dash forward. If you do that point blank towards the opponent, their auto block gem will activate slightly so it doesn't hit on cue. So making it easier for you to throw them or, you know, punish them at any time of the match.
But here's the problem. Why do we have to resort to
It
that?
is true. We shouldn't have to, and I honestly don't like the fact, you know, I'm somewhat old, so I don't like the way how the new generation plays where they have to rely on all this bullshit to like make themselves feel like, oh my god, I'm so good at this game when you're actually not, because you're getting help.
And that, thank you. What my major thing was, if people really think they're good in this game with using gems and auto tech and auto block and all that, your wins are not legitimate because you're using a crutch. Now, as much as I would like the game to, you know, I was thinking of like having like a no gem loadout, but I'll probably do that in endless. But hey, I gotta make sure that I'm protecting my BP because remember, those of you who were playing Street Fighter Cross Tekken with me before, I was at like 3700 level, and then once people start figuring out, like, oh yeah, I can put proficiency and auto tech, and you know, was that onslaught, and I can always have meters, so you can't throw me. You know what I mean? That's not fair. You know, but yeah, Dimizo, you're gonna say something?
It's just like, as you said, it's a crutch, but it's unfortunately a way to introduce bad players to get their confidence up, and if you introduce this to already good players, it makes them virtually unbeatable because now the stuff that they did real well, like you play me hundreds of times in Street Fighter 4 and you know I'll like tech block the hell out of you. But if I had done this in this game, not having to worry about tech blocking, it would like piss a lot of people off. And every time I hear it, it takes away from like, okay, this is something that I don't have to focus on, so now I can cheese. And I've seen video with people just walking forward through moves because they have gym loadouts where you can just walk tech block through throws and just keep walking forward. And it's just insane. It's just stupidness.
Yeah, and hopefully if Marquitos is actually watching, I would like to fight him without gems. I would like to fight. I want to really see how good he is. You know, because I'll tell you this: if I do run a tournament at the East Squad, there will be no gems. Bottom line, and you know, if people are gonna be put off by it, hey, fine, fuck you guys then, because you guys suck. Or you're relying on gems to win. You know, this is not Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom with the card system and having all that crap. Because you know, the only good thing with Ultimate Marvel was the fact that it was a separate mode. You know what I mean? The core game itself, hey, you know what? You played it straight. Now, nMo fans, this fight that you're seeing here is actually, there's two things that happened that kind of broke my gameplay or broke my rhythm. Now, I knew the fact that there's the auto tech gem there, and I believe it's gonna happen somewhere. Hopefully, I can. Yeah, it happened right there. Like, I go for it just to kind of slow down the onslaught with the overhead and, you know, the chipping and all that. Completely jacked me up. Did you I'm sure you two saw that. What are your comments on it?
Well, for the whole point that we just saw in the first round, basically anytime when you get auto-tagged, I don't know if any of you guys know this, unless if you're hardcore about this game, but you get frozen for 8 frames. What that does to you, it doesn't have any advantage towards the player who just got tech. And basically it throws them off balance.
And it happened again.
It throws them off balance. And say like if Alex, even if he doesn't, but let's say Alex sat there and mashed, the mashing would not even come out until the 9th frame when it becomes fully active for him to go again. So basically Jerry could have just went up in there, spat in his fucking face, and then like supered him just like now, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
It gives you a license to be cheesy. It makes an already cheesy player even more cheesy. So.
Yeah, and I'm just hoping that this think people aren't taking it personally. It's just overall that those gems suck. They suck. And you know, to me, anyone winning with them is not legitimate.